where I lived on Newtonards Road in McMaster Street, on the Easter Monday Blitz, our house got a direct hit from an incendiary bomb, which wasn't one of the explosive types of bomb, but it set the house on fire. We were able to, with the help of the air raid wardens and that, who were all volunteers, were able to put that out, but the house was very badly damaged. And it was after that my mother decided that I should be shipped off to the country for safety. Mm-hmm. That particular night, the city was in flames. The church at the top of our street was in flames. The sky was red. People were running. People were shouting. People were afraid. It was dreadful. You hear the sirens first. That's your warning. But I lived with, my mother and I lived with my grandparents, for my father was dead and my mother had to work. And Granny and Grandpa wouldn't get up. My grandfather said Hitler wasn't going to move him out of his bed. And Granny's corsets were in the lower room, so she didn't want to come downstairs to get her corsets. In the meantime, my mother had got me up, and I can't remember feeling afraid. But my mother's youngest brother also lived with us. He was only 11 or 12 years older than me, and he had just come in from the Scouts, and he had his uniform on. And whenever the incendiary bomb came through our attic roof, it bounced onto his bed. Fortunately, he wasn't in it. And then it burrowed itself through the floorboards. But by then my mother had alerted the air raid wardens, and the air raid wardens came in and they were equipped with stirrup pumps and buckets and all sorts of things, hoses, and they were able to bring the fire under control. But the place was full of acrid smoke, and Andy had gone up to help them. This is my mother's youngest brother, and he had gone up to help them. And when the men left, Andy came out and stood in the landing and smiled at me, and I could see no teeth because there was a soot deposit all over his mouth. And this, I think, annoyed me more than the fact that the house had been on fire. I don't remember feeling afraid. I honestly don't remember feeling afraid, but I think children really didn't realise just how serious the situation was. So that was my main memory. In the meantime, you listen for the all clear. There were lots of people, of course, went to the air raid shelters. Some of those air raid shelters got direct hits, and everybody in them were killed. Nearly every street had one. During the day, they were really smelly places, you know, for people who did all sorts of queer things in them. But yes, I don't remember feeling afraid. Probably if I'd been older and a wee bit more mature, I would have realised the danger, but at that time I can't remember ever feeling afraid. I was more concerned about Andy's teeth.